So, I was doing a little bit of thinking the other day. I think everybody's looking at me like, what? You were doing some thinking? What were you thinking doing some thinking? Don't think. I was doing some thinking the other day. That's like another problem I have. Like, people never give an accurate measurement of time when they say the other day. You know? Or like, hey, just the other day or just last week. It wasn't last week at all. It was like 4 days ago, you know? Oh, the other day I had a flat tire. You mean yesterday. Because yesterday you had a flat tire and you called me. Yeah, sure, yesterday I had a flat tire. Hey, just stating the facts. Just stating the facts, you know? I was doing some thinking yesterday and had a little bit of math going on. I was putting 2 and 2 together, you know? So I was doing some thinking, doing some math. I think I had a conclusion at the end, so now it's turned into like a science project. You know? I had a hypothesis that women may have a drinking problem. Conclusion? You do. You have a drinking problem because you just do. You're women, you know. What do you do when you're getting ready? You know, you're trying to look pretty. You have, you know, you're like, I don't look pretty. I don't like the way I look right now. You take a few shots. You're like, fuck it, I'm bangable. I'm so bangable. Of course. Who doesn't want to bang me? You know, totally bangable. Like, I think men use alcohol for the same reason as women do. You know, we're like, fuck, dude, we look like Ron Jeremy. I don't look good at all. I don't feel good. I'm bloated. I gotta take like a massive dookie. I don't feel good. I don't want to go out tonight, guys. Here, take a shot. Take like 2 or 3 shots. You're like, shit, I feel good. I'm like Will Smith on Bad Boys, man. Slow motion, throwing your jacket on. It's like a piece of shit vest, you know. It's what alcohol does. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel like we look good too, which is most important. You know. But you know, I was like at a birthday party yesterday, and that's when the conclusion happened. You know, the conclusion happened because this girl, she's playing with her nephew. She's playing with him, going back and forth, tickling him, and then she says, "Gotcha!" And every single woman, I'm telling you, no lie, every single woman in there did like that universal look around, like who said vodka? Who said vodka? Don't fuck around. I heard vodka. I heard fucking vodka. Who's got vodka? Right? They start going through the cupboards like high school kids trying to get drunk, you know? Or like a 3-year-old's birthday party, they're looking for shots of vodka. You know? Or like imagine you go to a restaurant, doorman opens up your car, he's like, how do you do? For a guy, we're like excited that the door got open for us. We're like, hell yeah, what's up? How do you do? What's up, man? What's up? What's up? It's like our favorite word. What's up? What's up? Woman gets out, how do you do? She's like thinking to herself, God, I just want a shot of Malibu. She tells him, thanks, guy. I had a good day going on. Now all I want to do is drink Malibu. When we get to our table, you better have Malibu. Like in a tall glass with ice if possible. You know, she does like the little eye butter thing. She like butters her eyes up. Please, like a big tall glass of Malibu, please. You know? It's just crazy to me. I'm like, women, you have a DNA communication for alcohol, right? Like you hear any word that has anything to do with vodka, or even if it doesn't, it can have nothing to do with any alcohol. But as long as it sounds like a drink you've had in your life, you're like flipping your head, turning around, you know, trying to figure out if this was a real word, if somebody really had vodka, or if somebody really had, you know. And like in Pueblo, come on, you guys are in Pueblo, you know, you're going to hear a lot of alcohol sounds, you know, especially from tequila. Like Jose, you know, you hear Jose and they're like, oh fuck, I need a shot of Jose. That's why Pueblo's drunk all the time. Pueblo, there's so many freaking babies running around too. You guys are always getting drunk, having sex. Please have sex though. I'm not saying sex is a bad thing, so go ahead and keep doing that. Just be sober while you're doing it, I guess? I don't know. But just want to let you guys know, I love my mom. You know, I'm going to kind of transfer away from the drinking problem from women. I love my mom. She is a woman. I respect her. She's an awesome woman. You know, she was there for me, shit. What's it been? since birth. Yeah, she's been there since birth. A long time, you know? Been there since birth. Like when I was a baby, she'd pick me right up when I'd fall. You know, I had like my little baba in my hand, you know, my little baba. She'd pick me up, you know, continue sucking on my baba. Of course, now if I fall, you know, I still have a bottle in my hand. It's just a beer bottle, and I'm drunk off my ass. You know, she still picks me up. It's just, you know, now it's a little bit harder for her. She's at an age where she's like really fragile. You know, if she tries to pick me up now, we're talking torn rotator cuff, you know, possible ACL tear. You know, some issues. There's some real problems that could happen. You know, it started making me think. You know, I love my mom. Who doesn't love their mom? Like, it's pretty crazy to me. Who doesn't love their mom? It's kind of a crazy thing to think about. You know, she brings you this wonderful, nasty, amazing, gorgeous, it feels like a curse, but you still want to be alive place. Yeah, she brought me here. You know, started thinking of it, who doesn't love their mom? And then I finally concluded, you know, so still doing the experiment. I concluded it was like terrorists. Terrorists must hate their mom. Right? If you're a terrorist child, and you know who your dad is. Say he's like Bin Laden. You know who your dad is. You know what he expects of you. You know he expects you to put on that vest and run to that group of people. You know, must hate her. If I was him, and I had my mom, like, Mom, why didn't you just abort me? It'd been awesome. But don't abort me in the way that you're planning to abort me. I don't want to blow up into millions of pieces. You know? Like, hey son, here, I got you a new vest. Go and run to that group of people over there. They really want to see you. That's your family. Turns out it's like an enemy. You must hate your mom if you're a terrorist. Or a midget. You know, if you're a midget, you probably hate your mom just as much too, you know? Like if your mom's having sex and she's a midget, shame on her. Unacceptable. Unbelievable. You should not be having sex if you're a midget. Like as soon as they figure out the condition of midgetness has happened, they should instantly just like sear the nuts off, you know? Not really the nuts off, but like snip snip, do the operation. It's not fair. And you can have sex and you can make this other guy a small person. What if he didn't want to be, you know? It's messed up. Shame on you. If you're having sex and you're a little person, you know, go do what all the other rich people do. Go buy a child. Like if I'm a midget, the first question I'm asking my mom is, hey, why didn't you just swallow me? Would have made things tons easier. You know? That would be followed by, you've made my life a living hell. Literally, I'm alive and this is hell. I have to have a stool everywhere I go. It's ridiculous. If I need some water and I don't have my stool, looks like somebody's not getting water today. You know? I bet it's super expensive to be a little person too, right? Like if you're going to buy a house, you have a couple factors to cost in, you know? One of them being you have to redo everything, right? And you walk in there, you're like, oh, got some excellent counter space here. Really? Because I can't fucking see anything. You know? Like that sales guy's gonna have to be down to the millimeter for everything he explained. We got like a 1 foot, 2 inch, 3.5 millimeter toilet. Is that gonna be a problem? Yeah, probably. What do you want me to do? A run and jump every time I have to go? It's ridiculous. You know? And whenever I see a small person get into a vehicle, I get super nervous too. I'm like trying to stay as far away from them as possible, you know? I always get like that feeling of like, is he gonna be able to hit the brake? Does he have the right customization? Not realizing it's like a law to have all that shit done, you know? But I don't take any chances. I do not want to take any chances. Last thing I want is to get in a wreck and then my friends ask me, hey, what happened? I'm not going to admit that. I'm not going to admit that. I'm going to be like, hey, a semi smashed me out of nowhere. I'm not going to be like, yeah, a midget couldn't hit the brake and smashed into me. He did this much damage? Yeah, he did this much damage. The little guy did this much damage. No way I'm going to admit that, you know? Unless it's like a little scratch. You know, if I get like a little scratch, I'm like, yeah, that little son of a bitch didn't do nothing. You know? I just get super nervous. I'm like, oh, Jesus. You know? I don't know what it is, but some companies they're lazy when they name their products, right? Like there has to be a meeting at some point to make that product be the new name, you know. And I start thinking about it. I'm like, who named cotton candy? Like what? How easier could that have gotten? What does it look like? Cotton. What is it? It's candy. So let's just name it cotton candy. Really? Yeah. No, that's good. Hey, Johnson, you're getting a raise.